piece of advice that I would give to my younger self is a piece of advice I so often give to mentees, team members, even colleagues, and that is you can get there from here. And there is wherever you want to go, and here is wherever you are. I constantly say that my career has been more of a river than a ladder, and I've had so many different interesting experiences, but it wasn't just this linear path where one step was obvious, or the next step was always obvious. But at each moment, I was able to collect real gems that I carried along to the next, and sometimes unexpected choices led to, or non-traditional choices led to unexpected opportunities. Even setbacks led to amazing lessons that I would end up using and deploying in the future. So I always try to remind myself and remind anyone who's architecting their own career journey that you're always only a few deliberate choices and consistent actions and away from whatever your dream is and whatever your desired destination is. On the diversity, equity, and inclusion side, at Hartbeat, we don't think about that as an initiative or even a priority. We really articulate that as an imperative that is really native to our DNA, core to our culture, and mission critical. Our mission is to keep the world laughing together. And so to have a big goal like that, that's global, that's inclusive, we really have to design a reflective organization, reflective communications, reflective teams to serve what is the most diverse global consumer audience that we've ever seen in the history of the world. And so, we are 70% people of color. We are about, over 50% women, and there's still always room to improve, right? We're thinking day to day, how do we invite folks at the table with different perspectives? How do we make sure that there's equity across the board? And yes, because it's doing good, but also because it drives growth, it drives innovation. Diversity is paramount to innovation. Equity is so important for operations, right? And inclusion, inviting everyone to the table is what we're all about. We want to create high impact entertainment and experiences that unite the most diverse cross-section of people around the connective tissue of laughter. I think, when brands or organizations are pursuing purpose, it has to be something that's really core to the business mission, right? And the question of why do we exist is so important for any organization, any entity at this moment in time. It's a cluttered marketplace. Consumers have unlimited choice, it feels. And so they're looking for anchors to ground their decisions. And so it's not just about product or service points of difference, but it's really about, from a purpose-driven perspective, what else are you offering? What do you stand for? And when I'm sharing my attention or opening my wallet, what am I actually investing in beyond? And at Hartbeat, we've taken that to heart, pun intended. Kevin Hart, who's our chairman, has a quote that's one of our guiding principles, and it is that if we can laugh together, we can live together. If we can live together, we can love together. And so out of that formed our mission and our purpose. So we exist to keep the world laughing together. Laughter for us, right, which is really the product and the service that we provide, is a conduit specifically to togetherness and inclusion and shared experiences. And it also offers so many social and emotional benefits. It's also core for business and the business that we do with brands and streamers. There's a stat out there that 90% of consumers would like brands to employ humor. Only 20% of them are doing so. And why is that? It's not just because they want to be entertained, but it's because humor actually leads to greater empathy, and there are all of these social, emotional, physical benefits to laughing and all the positivity that it creates. And so for us, that guiding principle, whether I am, creating a radio show on SiriusXM, developing an unscripted series for Peacock, a film with Netflix, thinking about a live event that we do, it's sometimes to make sure that we don't, or all the time, to make sure that that never becomes transactional. We remember all of what we do, any joke that we tell, any punchline we deliver, ladders up to that bigger mission and vision. And so, my advice to any brand trying to do the same would say, dig deep into the core and say, ultimately, what is the real purpose beyond the functional benefit? What are we really providing, right? If you're a CPG company, is it the daily use of a thing, or is it to enhance the life of that consumer? Is it to make the world incrementally better? Find that North Star and then ladder everything up to that and communicate that North Star, right? Let people know why you're doing it beyond the product or service. And audiences, whether it's B2B or B2C, really, really appreciate that transparency and ultimately, sort of that broader commitment.